Coming up now on Animal Outtakes, we head to Base Camp Mayaca City, where we see some high-flying dock diving action.
Okay, go, 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 go.
We're learning about this incredible way to bond with your pup and find out how these rare lobsters escape their destiny as someone's dinner. Plus, a little later in the show, we meet Wallace, the warthog. This and much more straight ahead on Animal Outtakes. Getting exercise is vital to a healthy life, especially for your dog. But sometimes that daily walk can get a little mundane. And if that's the case for you and your canine, we may have found something to pique your interest. We visited the Florida Canine Sports Base Camp in Mayaca, Florida. It's a new training center with a focus on dock diving and sporting events. And it's a place where senior dogs can get physical therapy in a unique way.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, go, 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 go. Florida Canine Sports is, we're trying to produce a great product out there to travel around the state and put on shows, dock diving, and doing other sporting events. We're gonna do Frisbee, we're gonna have Fast Cat, we're gonna have different sporting events here at our home base, we call it Base Camp, and then we're gonna put on events throughout the state where we can show up with our pool and dock and put on a show, dock diving.
Now, at these events, can you teach a dog quickly how to do a
Yes.
dock? Oh, well,
Yes.
I've got a very good one for you.
Typically within 10 or 15 minutes of getting them into the pool, I can tell if the dog's gonna wanna jump right away or if it's just gonna start slowly and swimming. So we have things called try-its. So we allow people to bring their dog to an event. They can even come here and do a try-it. And then we get their dog in the water, we see how their ability is. They might need a life jacket the first few times, they might not need a life jacket. We totally are just open and we just kind of slowly introduce the dog to the water. So the water, when you see it out there, it looks really deep. And when you get up on the pool and it's a crystal clear pool, looks like you're jumping into the abyss. And dogs don't have depth perception like we do, and they can't see the bottom of the pool, so sometimes it's a little scary. So the numbers are our distances. We judge the dog to the back of the tail when it lands. So our divisions are broken up 0 to 10 feet, 10 to 15 feet, 15 to 20 feet. Those are the different divisions. And so then a judge will stand on the side of the pool and watch them land, and that's how we judge the dogs. That's how you get to the footage that they're jumping. And the world record is right now is 36 feet. So that's almost to the end of our 40-foot pool. Our pool is 20 foot wide by 40 feet long, and the dock here is 40 feet long by 8 feet wide. And so the dog, not all dogs start at the end of the dock, most dogs do, or we get what they call their stride, where the dog is gonna jump the best out of. But so then they'll get their most distance out of their speed and jump. In our training program, we do training for the distance jumping, for the other games, the retrieve games and the speedster games and stuff like that. And we also do therapy swimming for dogs. Dogs that have had a knee operation or just need extra therapy time to get them going. And we do hour-long sessions, swim the dog, get them range of motion going, and totally make it so they're more comfortable just walking. And so we take dogs that don't even jump off the dock. They'll go down the ramp, we put them in a life jacket, I get out there and walk them, swim them, and make it a fun event for them, and totally just make it so they're having fun, because it's all a game. All right, we'll get the old man. This is Cowboy, and he's 13 years old. And he's a retired service dog and a retired canine. And he is just the most lovable guy. Everybody loves Cowboy. So Cowboy has a torn ACL right now, and he has his other one that got repaired about 4 years ago. And so now that he's so old, we feel we can't do his ACL now, but we're just giving him the comfort measures. And with the full range of motion that you see in the pool, it's fabulous for him. Come on, let's go. We have about 4 dogs right now that are actively going through physical therapy. 2 of them don't have to have surgery now.
It is a game. I have a long-haired shepherd who was scared to death of water, and Mom got in, and he thought, well, maybe this isn't so bad. She's still floating. And he does belly flops into the pool. He gets his toys. Now he's decided he can dive underneath the water, and he goes and he gets his toys.
Sure.
You know? So you never know. We may bring my Teddy over here and see what he can do.
That would be fabulous. And there's usually not a dog that we can't get to go participate. So we just take it slowly. Sometimes it might be 3 times they come out. Sometimes it might be 5 times or 7 times. Finally, the dog breaks loose and starts jumping. Although then we have the yellow lab shows up on Friday, and we give it a training class for an hour, hour and a half, work with the dog, and then all of a sudden the next day, it's jumping in an event.
Are there any breeds that definitely say, no, I am not going near that water? My schnauzers never went near the water.
Well, we do have some schnauzers who are water dogs, but the huskies are typically the harder ones.
Really?
Yes, because they're not meant to really swim. They're meant to pull a sled or to be a working dog, and they're meant to stay out of the water. So they don't typically like to swim, but there are huskies who jump right in and go. But then also there's the huskies who have been out and are just barely learning how to swim. Okay, this is Ziggy, and he's a whippet, a 1 year and 7 months old whippet. And that's Odin, he's 5 months old. And he's also a whippet, they're brothers. Come on, are you ready?
Baby mama, yeah.
Are you ready?
You want?
Okay. Are you ready, Zig? Is he ready? Oh, are you ready? Are you ready, ready, ready? Ready, ready, ready? Go, 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 go. So with puppies, we let them get a drink, we let them have a good time. It's all about just getting confidence in the water. And so are you ready? You want to get a toy? Want to get a toy today? Go, go, go. Go, go, go. And we like them to be 6 months till we really start taking them off the dock. Their growth plates and everything are maturing, and we just don't like to push them. And some dogs don't like to get their face wet. Like, remember when you were a kid swimming, you got water in your nose the first time? It was a bad situation. Same with the dog. They tend not to like that. So this is a so it's not hard on the joints. Yes, they're running and jumping, but they're landing in a beautiful swimming pool, and they get to play a game. So they absolutely love it. Hey, out, out, out. Okay. So, you ready? Are you ready? Go, 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 go.
For more information about this training center, you can go to flk9.com. Coming up next on Animal Outtakes, some Florida native bat species eat a little lunch while we get a little lesson. And pumpkin and spice. These two are far from your favorite latte, but their story may still warm your heart. That's next.
Every dolphin at Clearwater Marine Aquarium has an amazing tale. They're all rescues who have overcome challenges to survive and thrive. You'll be inspired by every animal story and unforgettable moments with them, including 2-year-old Apollo, our newest rescued dolphin. There's something inspirational for every kid, and kid at heart. Your visit directly supports the animal care and rescue efforts at Clearwater Marine Aquarium, celebrating 50 years of amazing tales.
Did you know Moat is helping restore depleted snook populations and has raised and released 30,000 of them into local waterways so far? The more you know about everything Moat's doing to help our oceans, the more you'll understand why Moat matters. Visit moat.org today.
Good morning, Mr. Benson. Your breakfast is served.
Time for another day in doggy paradise. I sure am one lucky pup.
Mr. Benson, would you like to go out for your morning stroll? The weather is quite lovely today.
That sounds wonderful. Don't mind if I do. After all that exercise, I think I'd like to lounge by the pool and maybe dip my paws in.
As you wish, sir. Right this way.
Ah, what a perfect day. I couldn't imagine being anywhere else but Dante's Den while Mom and Dad are away.
At Dante's Den, we pride ourselves in providing the best experience for your beloved pup. Whether it be a day, a month, or a year, Dante's Den should always be at the top of your list for boarding. With an expansive campus, your dog will enjoy daily walks, pool time, and an endless supply of love. Even better, it's all under 24/7 supervision from our wonderful staff. If you're anything like us, your dog's safety and happiness come first. To learn more about Dante's Den, visit dantesden.org.
Welcome back. Florida has 13 species of bats, and lucky for us, they eat lots of insects, namely mosquitoes. So we'd like to introduce you to two of these little guys, a Florida brown bat and an evening bat. Both animals you may actually find are pretty cute. Let's take a look.
This is Nicola, and he is a big brown bat, one of the 13 species of bats found in Florida. And most of the bats that we have here in Florida will live in caves, they'll live in buildings, even bat houses, whereas other species will live in trees, such as eastern red bats and northern yellow bats. But this guy, Nicola, is a big brown bat, and Tracy here is feeding him some mealworms, which they eat. Now this guy came to us from another facility that had abruptly closed. He cannot be released back into the wild, so once that place closed, we wanted to give him a forever home. So we have Nicola and 7 other his friends here at Luby, and these guys will live in bat houses, and I mentioned. So if anybody's interested in putting up a bat house or they are looking for information, they can always contact Luby Bat Conservancy. We just put up our 115th bat house, so putting up one next week. So if anybody has any questions about where to put up a bat house, what's the best place, they can always let us know, and hopefully big brown bats like this guy here, Nicola, will be able to move into them. You provide them a home, they'll eat all the insects. It's a win-win. They're found here in Florida, but they're actually also found all over North America. They actually stretch into Alaska and Canada, all the way into Central and South America. So this is one of the most wide-ranging mammals in all of the world. Now they call it a big brown bat. You can see he's not really big, but for a Florida species, this one's about a medium size. Some of our tree bats, like the red bats and yellow bats, they're really fluffy and they're really colorful, are bigger. We also have some smaller species. So even though it's a big brown bat, this is an adult size, and their wingspan's about 12 to 14 inches. So one of the things we say here at Luby, because we are a bat conservation organization, is that bats are some of the most important mammals to humans. The flying foxes and fruit bats found in the old world are constantly pollinating flowers, dispersing seeds. They're great for agricultural economies, but these guys are also great for our economy because they eat a lot of agricultural pests. They eat mosquitoes. So these are fantastic animals to have around because they provide so many services to humans. Pollination, seed dispersal like the fruit bats, and then the insectivorous bats like these guys. They're eating mosquitoes, eating agricultural pests, and they're actually the primary predator of nighttime insects. I mean, we've been around since 1989, and during that time, we've talked to thousands and thousands of people about bats. So I think there's still a lot of confusion. People really still aren't sure about what are they really? I mean, they're mammals just like us. They give birth to live young, they nurse their pups, but they're extremely important. So I think it's just a lot of myths that are associated with bats. They kind of get a bad rap, but like I said, they're one of the most important mammals to humans. And here at Luby, we have a fantastic opportunity that we get to talk about these animals and educate people about how fascinating and how wonderful and how really important they are to humans. So this is a furry potato named Fruit Loops. He's actually an evening bat. He's a smaller species than Nicola, who we met before. Evening bats are pretty common. We find them in a couple of our bat houses that we have installed, but usually they like to hide in tree hollows, dead trees called snags, behind bark. So this guy, he's a little bit chunky right now. He's gaining some weight. These bats do not go into a true hibernation, but whenever the weather cools down, which hopefully here in Gainesville, it's going to be happening in about 6 weeks. They will go into a torpor if it gets below about 50 degrees at night. So he's packing on the pounds right now. I mean, literally, he looks like a brown furry potato, but he's so cute. But anyway, this is Fruit Loops, and he is an evening bat, and they are very, very common in Florida. They're one of the most common ones we find whenever we do acoustic surveys and echolocation analysis. But this guy right here is a mosquito-eating machine. These guys are a little shy. They came to us from a rehab facility in Savannah, Georgia that really deals with a lot of different types of mammals, but not really bats. So they had some bats in, and I reached out to them and said, hey, if you have any that need a home, we're happy to help you out. And they said, yeah, this is an animal that we commonly deal with. So we have a couple that they had broken wings, they couldn't be released. And it's nice that we can give back to the native bats. You know, we've done a lot of these programs overseas. We've worked in over 20 countries, but we're really expanding our reach here in Florida when it comes to native bats, how important they are, what can we do to help them, and to tell people bats are important, and these are the ways that you can help them as well.
For much more about these bats and many from across the world, you can go to luby.org. There you can find information on how to create your very own bat house and resources to broaden your knowledge on these important creatures. We'll be back with much more animal outtakes after the break. A typical lobster blends in with its surroundings in an effort to avoid predation. They're usually brown, but every once in a while some sort of genetic mutation comes along and causes a wild variety of coloration. Recently, a market owner in Florida came across 2 rare orange-colored lobsters, and thankfully they were rescued and safely delivered to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium instead of somebody's dinner plate.
Here we have 2 American lobsters, also known as Maine lobsters. Pumpkin and Spice is the names we chose with the season. These guys have a unique story. So basically, a shop up in Hudson, a seafood market, they got them in their shipment and they realized that they were definitely unique, something different, and they didn't want to offer them up for sale as food. So they contacted us, and we were fortunate enough to be able to provide a home for them here at Clearwater Marine Aquarium. As far as care with these guys, their water is nice and cold, so we keep it between 50 to 60 degrees because that is what they're accustomed to. They come from very cold waters, so we want to make sure to provide that for them. And then we feed them 3 times a week. We're offering foods that they would also be dining on out in the ocean. So we're giving them some shrimp as well as a small little fish called silver sides, and they eat really well. It is pretty fun to see people come here and see these lobsters and be like, whoa, I've never seen an animal or a lobster of that color before, because mainly they're that muddy brown color, helps camouflage them out in the water. And of course with these guys, they're bright orange. Out in the ocean, they would be quite visible and easy to be predated upon because of that color. It is not very common. If you look it up right away, you'll see like 1 in 30 million. We don't know for sure if that's true, but it's definitely not something that's common. Don't want to stick to the numbers because I'm not positive on that. Lobsters wouldn't really be an animal that we would easily see even if we're out snorkeling, maybe diving, but they are deep dwelling animals and aren't mainly in this area here. They're more up north in cooler waters. But we can learn a lot from them. Just being able to see them is really unique. There's a lot of different adaptations that they have, like with their claws. They use one for crushing, one for grabbing their food. Their cool little antennas, similar to like cats with whiskers, help them feel around and find food as well. Also behaviorally, I learned a lot of things too. You can tell they're like cave dwelling animals. They create these burrows and their habitat will make it nice and clean and tidy, and then they take all the sand and shove it where they want. So it's cool to see that too, creating their own natural environment. And they are said to come from sustainable fishing. So that's a good thing too, like we always like to tie in as well. So they can live up to 100 years. Yeah, which is awesome. We don't know exactly how old these guys are, but hopefully they're here with us as part of our family at Clearwater Marine Aquarium for a long time.
Stay with us. There's more animal outtakes coming up next.
Good morning, Mr. Benson. Your breakfast is served.
Time for another day in doggy paradise. I sure am one lucky pup.
Mr. Benson, would you like to go out for your morning stroll? The weather is quite lovely today.
That sounds wonderful. Don't mind if I do. After all that exercise, I think I'd like to lounge by the pool and maybe dip my paws in.
As you wish, sir. Right this way.
Ah, what a perfect day. I couldn't imagine being anywhere else but Dante's Den while Mom and Dad are away.
At Dante's Den, we pride ourselves in providing the best experience for your beloved pup. Whether it be a day, a month, or a year, Dante's Den should always be at the top of your list for boarding. With an expansive campus, your dog will enjoy daily walks, pool time, and an endless supply of love. Even better, it's all under 24/7 supervision from our wonderful staff. If you're anything like us, your dog's safety and happiness come first. To learn more about Dante's Den, visit dantesden.org.
Animal Outtakes is produced by Dante's Den Foundation, a nonprofit group dedicated to creating the best life for dogs. If you would like to learn more about Dante's Den, donate, or volunteer, visit our website, dantesden.org. A warthog is defined as a wild pig with bristly gray skin, large head, warty face lumps, and curved tusks. Sounds pretty cute, right? Well, we recently met up with Wallace, and I can assure you that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And this young male warthog is living the life at the Sarasota Parrot Conservatory. And he's garnered quite the following on social media, just by being Wallace.
What did you do? You opened up the freezer, and now you are eating garlic bread.
That's Wallace. He is a warthog. Yeah, his tusks won't come in till like year 5. He'll be 300 pounds. He loves to have his belly rubbed, and he normally will just fall down when I rub his belly. Yeah, what you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? Are you gonna lay down your little porcupine head? Oh, there you go.
Greg Para is the founder of the Sarasota Parrot Conservatory. It's a parrot rescue that provides forever homes to relinquished exotic birds. He also believes in community outreach and bringing joy to others. And part of that mission, that includes Wallace.
I've been looking for years. There's just not many around, but a zoo had donated a pair to a sanctuary. They had a baby. They called me, and I got Wallace in January at 30 days old. Warthogs can be very domesticated. This one plays with stuffed animals. This one chews a bone. He thinks he's a wart dog. He gets on the couch to watch TV with everyone. He plays and chases with the dogs. He's young, so he's very active. He'll get up and eat, and then he roots around and runs around with the animals, sleeps inside. They like to get into like small dens, so he backs up between the wall and the dryer, and that's where he sleeps. Similar to how he would be. They don't dig their own holes. They actually move into aardvark dens. So we've simulated a couple aardvark dens in the house for him. These two are like Pumbaa and Timon. 30 miles an hour, you should see him race across this property.
You can follow Wallace and his daily escapades on TikTok. Just search Wallace the Warthog and you won't be disappointed. We hope you had fun and learned a thing or two along the way. We'll be back here again next week with even more animals and some wild adventures. Until then, thanks for watching.